And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to beautiful Thessaloniki here in the north of Greece for tonight's 2025 FIBA Europe Cup second leg final. Well, tonight we have a very exciting matchup. These two teams, of course, met last week, I should say, actually. What proved to be a very exciting end. PAOK, of course, taking it right to the end, losing by 7. So tonight, the team from the north of Spain and the Basque Country looking to hold on. But can they do it live here at the PAOK Arena? Again, welcome everybody. We're live here in beautiful Thessaloniki, Greece. Well, hello everybody. The ninth final of this magnificent competition that began back in 2015. Indeed, it is the FIBA Europe Cup. And tonight, history will be made. We've never had either a Spanish nor a Greek champion in the FIBA Europe Cup. Well, the visitors, Sona Bilbao, just arriving into the building, knowing tonight they've got to protect a 7-point cushion. The FIBA Europe Cup final runs by aggregate scoring. And as Bilbao won the first game by 7, they indeed will begin with a 7-point advantage. David Forrester, along with head coach Massimo Cancellieri, entering the building. They know it's going to be a tough task, a mountain to climb, but the good thing for them is they'll be in front of these 8,000 passionate, magnificent Dikephalos Aietos Tovoda, these PAOK fans. Well, these two teams, of course, very different in history. You look at Sona Bilbao, a team that was only created back in the year 2000. And it's fair to say they've been a regular competitive team within the Spanish Liga Endesa ACB, the highest level of pro basketball within Spain, while PAOK, on the other hand, a team that was created back in 1926, winning the first ever Greek Basketball League Championship in 1959. And a little bit of history. PAOK were the first ever Greek Basketball Club European champions, and well, they could very well tonight be the most recent. Well, the one thing that will go in favor of Bilbao is the last time PAOK played in the European final was 1996, and indeed it was a team from the Basque Country, the same area of Spain in which Bilbao comes from, that did defeat PAOK. But a 7-point lead in front of a very passionate crowd of Dikephalos Aietos Tovoda. They know it's not going to be a walk in the park. Well, PAOK tonight, of course, will be hoping to get a very good performance from Melvin Panza. 19 points, of course, 10 of those coming from the free throw line. Bilbao shooting a total of 27 free throws, converting 20 of them, while PAOK, on the other hand, taking 25 for that matter. But the one area that went against PAOK in game one, well, the first leg, I should say, was the three-point shooting, only making 3 three-point field goals. This team knows for sure if they're going to win tonight and bring a 4th European title to Thessaloniki, they've got to shoot better from the perimeter tonight. Other than that, the stats were very equal. PAOK out-rebounded Bilbao. Both teams had 10 turnovers, but the difference in those turnovers, Bilbao were just much better, more clinical at converting turnovers into fast break points. Well, Massimo Cancellieri is definitely going to put a lot of belief in his players this evening. A lot's going to go through Frank Bartley, Shavar Reynolds, but here comes Dimitris Katsiavelis. This team was down by 9 points, and he made one final bucket. Indeed, could that bucket be the difference? Well, we're live here at the Palataki, the PAOK Arena. Yes, indeed, they know it to be known as the Palataki. 8,000 PAOK fans here this evening. Papadakis, a very minimal performance in the first leg, but here's the man you want to look out for, Frank Bartley. Bane Prelevic, once a player, once a coach, and a former president of PAOK. Shavar Reynolds has excelled, but what Bane said, it's a title, it's something to compete for, and my word, is it a really big title to go for. First-year coach Massimo Cancellieri, already becoming a fan favorite, and now shaking hands with Coach Passano, a legendary coach within the Spanish ACB. Well, if you are watching this game live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, remember, please hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, and make sure you follow the FIBA Europe Cup on Instagram and X. If you want to enjoy what's going to be probably the best European basketball atmosphere of the calendar year, it's definitely tonight here at PAOK. Well, we are going to introduce our 3 referees for tonight's game very shortly. Then we'll have a look at the starting lineups. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of starting lineup these 2 coaches come out with this evening. Well, before we do get to the starting lineups, we will go to our 3 referees and 1 commissioner for tonight's game. Well, there you have it. The standings, it started in the quarterfinals. PAOK had to go through Fribourg. Bilbao had to take down Tofaş Bursa, a game-winning shot in the second leg, and a hell of a comeback against JDA Dijon. Of course, in the likes of PAOK, they had to take down Cholet. And after losing the first leg here at home by 1 point, many would have thought it was all over. And there you can see Abdurrahman will be in the starting lineup, the former University of Michigan Wolverine. Fry Harold, the Norwegian international, but Thijs de Ridder slowly but surely becoming one of their best players this season. Former PAOK player Marvin Jones will be up against his former team. He had 4 magnificent seasons here in Greece. And there he is, head coach Jaume Passarno. Well, this team has never won an accolade in the ACB. Now there are 3 referees tonight. We have Johan Rosso, Wojciech Liszka, and Gavidas Gedvilas coming from Lithuania, Poland, and France. Our technical delegate and commissioner for tonight's game is Mr. Norbert Lugosi. Well, we'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to all of our officials. As now we take a look at the starting 5 for PAOK. Frank Bartley will be the number 1 point guard option along with Shavar Reynolds. Devontae Upson will be inside, while Jackson Cruiser will come into the lineup. And of course, J.R. Henderson Jr. And that leaves Grandison, the former Duke player, coming off the bench with the likes as well as Papadakis and Katsiavelis. The former CSP Limoges coach, Massimo Cancellieri. Well, he looks very calm now, but I can tell you when the game starts, he will be very energetic, very animated, even when his team gets things right. And I can tell you the decibel noise here this evening, well, it's going to be very tough. But as mentioned, you are about to witness arguably one of the greatest, if not the greatest European basketball atmosphere this season. Well, Jackson Cruiser coming into the starting lineup this evening here for PAOK. I think what Massimo Cancellieri has identified, they need better 3-point shooting. After only converting 3 in that first leg, they've got to change something. And a 7-point deficit, well, it's not too small, but it's not too big. If you want to ask any longtime PAOK fan, go back to 1994 when they won the FIBA Europe Cup. And of course, that FIBA Europe Cup in 1994 saw PAOK take on Trieste, and after losing the first leg by 16, they came back to Thessaloniki and won emphatically. The question indeed will remain, will history be on the side of PAOK, or will history indeed be lived through Bilbao? And this atmosphere is simply electrifying. And it just goes to show the double-headed eagle of the north, the DK Phalos Aetos Voda, what it means to every fan here this evening. Well, I can tell you one thing that you need to anticipate is that we're going to lose a little bit of time on the tip-off because we're about to experience the traditional ritual of the fans here in Thessaloniki, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about very, very soon. Well, Dragic also in the starting lineup. He had a very good game for Bilbao in the first leg. And with his experience, the former NBA player, Slovenian national team player for that matter, but, interesting test from Marvin Jones, returning to a court where he once called home. It was the 4th and final Greek team that he played for. Well, just get ready, basketball fans. Just get ready. Well, came a little bit early, but welcome to Palataki, the home of DK Falos Aietos Tovoda. Indeed, we're going to lose a little bit of time, but it's a ritual for one of the greatest teams in the history of Greek basketball. The mighty DK Falos Aietos Tovoda, the double-headed eagle of the north. And these PAOK fans, they just want to see glory. The tip was up. The tradition came out. And quite often more than not, you would see this in the Thessaloniki derby when PAOK takes on their bitter rivals. But again, as we've seen so many times here in the FIBA Europe Cup, we'll see it here this evening in the final. Ninth final, indeed, of the FIBA Europe Cup, a competition that did begin back in 2016 that was won by the Fraport Skyliners. One Jordan Theodore led his team to lift up the first ever trophy. Well, great to see the Bilbao fans making the long journey from the north of Spain all the way here to beautiful Thessaloniki, Greece. And you gotta wonder what emotions are going through them at the moment. Trying to hold on to a very slender 7-point lead. I also kind of wonder what kind of effect this has on both of the teams and the players, because the adrenaline must be pumping at this point. You know, does it either go for or against one of these two teams? That's what we're going to find out. So there you have it, the double-headed eagle. A logo shared by many teams here in Greece. But the difference is, it's the double-headed eagle of the north. Definitely hate to be the maintenance person. I have to take care of all this stuff. It's just knowing it's a final. But you got to understand, you're here at the Palataki, the home of the mighty PAOK. These fans are passionate. This club runs back through decades of history. Remember, they won the first ever Greek Basketball League championship. It just goes to show how much history this team has. And that was back in 1959. They were the first ever champions of Greek basketball. Because if you speak to some of the legends of PAOK basketball, whether it be Kenneth Barlow, Bani Prelevich, or John Korfus, many of them would agree that probably the most historic moment was back in 1992 when PAOK won the Greek Basketball League Championship, taking the title away from their rivals, the team that plays in yellow just down the road. Not only becoming the #1 team in Thessaloniki, but also becoming the #1 team in Greece. Well, we're almost near action, basketball fans. We do thank you for your patience. And just listen to these PAOK fans. The one positive note for Bilbao is teams like Fribourg, Cholet have come here and they've performed absolutely magnificently. And a team that definitely is good as Bilbao. I know how to deal with this kind of atmosphere. It's about playing through it for 40 minutes, protecting that 7-point cushion, aggregate scoring in these FIBA Europe Cup finals. That's how it's been. Well, the young PAOK fans here, no doubt, their parents, their grandparents probably saw the success. Well, one Bani Prelevich, John Korfus, Kenneth Barlow, even Peja Stojakovic played for the DK Falos Aietos Tovoda. Well, the atmosphere doesn't wake you up. I don't know what will. Maybe some souvlaki, maybe some gyros kotopalos tifos. But right now, it's going to be the 9th final, indeed, of the 2025 FIBA Europe Cup final. Well, going back to our three referees for tonight's game, one of them, of course, we have Wojciech Liszka, Johan Rosso, Gedvidas, all with, high caliber experience, FIBA Europe Baskets, FIBA Basketball World Cups, and even Olympic basketball. So no doubt three of the very best to get a very exciting game underway for four quarters. We're almost near there. We're just getting the final bit of remnants away from the floor. Remember, the health and safety is the #1 priority for all our players in this final. The Bilbao fans right up there in the top corner, wearing their jerseys, standing strong together. A juntos, as they would say in Spanish. Will they be going back to the Basque Country to enjoy a lovely plate of pinchos? Or will it be PAOK enjoying a night of souvlaki and cipro to celebrate a 4th European Championship? Because the one thing that was the difference between these two teams in the first leg when they met in Bilbao, well, it was the three-point shooting. PAOK has got to be able to defend. And, one of the interesting points from PAOK in the first quarter, they went into a 2-3 zone defense. When they went up to a matchup man-to-man, you could just definitely see PAOK's backcourt players going under every single ball screen, which, Bilbao was 6 for 9 from the three-point line in the first quarter. Well, there he is again, the man, the myth, the legend, Bane Prelevic. Regarded as a hero here. And, his story about how he came to Greece back in the late 80s, early 90s, his grandfather was a Greek, originally from the former Yugoslavia in the city of Belgrade. We're now moments away from tip-off. We're almost there, basketball fans. We do thank you for your patience. But the PAOK fans definitely still standing strong, as are the Bilbao fans in the top corner. Remember, if you are new to this game, if you're new to this final, this is the second leg. And it's based on aggregate scoring, so the total amount of points across two games. And as Bilbao won the first leg by 7 points, they'll start with a 7-0 lead. So whatever the score tonight is, Bilbao must not lose by 8. PAOK have to win by 8 to win this one. Welcome, everybody. The 2025 FIBA Europe Cup Finals underway. PAOK trying to switch on every dribble handoff. There's now Abdurrahman. 7 here on the shot clock. Got to make something happen here. Tries to go for the penetration. Nice little pump fake. I think a traveling violation is going to be called, so a turnover already for Bilbao. Oh, no. Count it. Oh, no. Well, the points came on the board, but I was saying the official had called a traveling violation. I don't want to be for sure. If PAOK get the first bucket, this arena is going to set off again. Reynolds finds Kuza, fires a 3, and here's where they struggled in the first leg. They've got to be able to convert three-point shots tonight here at home. One area Bilbao was definitely good at in the first leg was getting PAOK into foul trouble. Dragic got it by Botley. Again, shot clock winding down. Fry with a bit too much time and space, and now getting the first 3 points of Bilbao. So if you take the aggregate score, it's a 10-point lead to Bilbao at the moment. Reynolds finds Botley. Finds Upson. The foul's going to be called on the ground. It's on Mervyn Jones, the former PAOK player. That's a good seal-off by Upson. Look at the time there. Reynolds just inviting Howard Fry into a three-point shot. You've got to get closer to him, but this is good for Bilbao. PAOK still looking for their first bucket. And Botley passing it. Probably should have gone up with it, so not a good start here for the DK Fowler Saetos Torvora. Reynolds now getting up in the face of Harold Fry. Trying to go to a bull screen. Dragic now looking for a post entry to Mervyn Jones. Still trying to battle his way in. Can't get it, but I think a foul's going to be called, so 2 free throws coming up for Jones. Fouls on Devontae Upson. Well, PAOK, you can clearly see in the semifinals first leg, in the finals first leg back in Bilbao, a confidence team. When the shots drop, they play much better. This Mervyn Jones last season playing in Montenegro. Also played in Israel after leaving PAOK, but he played for Peristeri, Prometheus Patras, and also for Colossus Hotels, so 4 magnificent seasons in Greece before going. Reynolds now here on the ball, coming off on screen. Nice penetration, goes in, that's much better. That's a great take by Cedric Henderson Jr. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. I think it's a turnover, so maybe PAOK is getting it back. Yeah. Well, there's a take by Cedric Henderson Jr. Finally on the baseline, pulls up, can't get it. Jones secures the rebound. Bilbao still with a 10-point cushion, considering the 7-point victory in the first leg. Rackman trying to find space. Tyster goes in. Just no help side defense. Single-handedly picking apart PAOK's defense on the baseline. Well, they find out wide open 3 in the corner. 3 is up, and they still just can't get it. The offensive rebound, count it, gets one. Well, Cedric Henderson Jr. followed his own shot, and now he'll go to the free throw line for the potential 3-point play. Rackman just getting caught out on the box out. Looks like the foul's going to be called against Tyster Ritter. Coach Bassano, probably too much for him to be concerned at the moment. I think he's arguing the foul in that case, but well, his father was once a former NBA player, then embarked on an international career. Henderson Jr. getting PAOK's first 5 points. PAOK trying to put on some full court pressure. And Bodley just sitting back there. Now Jones. Mismatch. Good interception by Cruiser. Keeps this one alive. But still Bilbao get it back. Fresh 24. Ritter now. Inside the paint. Goes in. Gets rejected. Well, Yasu. I think Shavar Reynolds is attempting the Nikola Jokic full court 3, but that's not going to go. And the PAOK score in this possession, considering it could potentially be a 2-point, it still would be a 7-point lead in this aggregate for Bilbao. Remember, PAOK must win by 8 points if they want to win the championship tonight. Reynolds got it by Harold Fry. Goes for a tough fadeaway. Nobody going in for an offensive rebound. An illegal screen's going to be called against Mervyn Jones. I think Jones must have just lost his balance there because it didn't look too intentional, but I think the call is definitely the right one, but I think he just may have stumbled over when trying to set that screen, lost his balance. Let's have a look at the replay. Actually, no, I think it's a coming together. Well, there's the first one. I don't think that was where the foul was called. Wiley down the middle, finds Upson, goes in. Foul's going to be called, so he'll go to the free throw line. And a much different PAOK approach here in the first quarter as opposed to the first leg. First leg, they were trying desperately to go from the perimeter. First tonight, we've already seen from Cedric Henderson Jr. attacking the paint, this time off the pick and roll. The foul's going to be called against Dragic. I think that's number 2. And already Bilbao put PAOK into the penalty with 6:07 to go here in the first quarter. Well, they had their free throw struggles in game 1. First leg, something they desperately want to put behind them now. Well, Upson was scoreless in the first game. 0 points in the first leg. Tonight he has 1. 1 point lead on the night. 8 point lead in total for Bilbao here on aggregate. They've only committed 1 team foul. Defensively trying to frustrate Bilbao. Nice take to the bucket, can't finish. PAOK comes up with it. And now looking to push. Well, nice pass down the middle. Kali Nikta. Showtime here at the Palataki. And Upson. Well, that's why big men, they run the floor down the middle. PAOK leading by 1. Down by 6 on aggregate. Bilbao just need to calm down, settle into an offense. Foul's going to be called. Count it. Gets you at 1. After making his introduction to the game, what a move by Ruben Dominguez. Once the most valuable player as an under-16 national team player for Spain. And he's had his struggles here in the final. We saw that in game 1. Well, Dominguez converts a 3-point play. 9-point lead in total here in aggregate for Bilbao. Finally pump fakes. Again finds Upson. One more time throws it down. Well, he's hungry tonight. He's hungry to get this team to win a 4th European championship. Remember, PAOK must win by 8. If they want to win the championship. If they win by 7, well, we'd go to overtime. If they win by 6, Bilbao would be the first Spanish champion of the FIBA Europe Cup. Well, another missed attempt. Batley comes up with it. Almost throws it away. And he does that. Bilbao comes up with it now. They have numbers. And Derrida just hesitated from the perimeter. And a deep 3, second one of the game for Bilbao. This time coming from the former University of Michigan Wolverine, Abdurrahman. Well, another foul. The problem with Bilbao getting into foul trouble early, they're just going to keep sending PAOK to the free throw line. Well, he looks relatively calm now. PAOK making a change as Devontae Upson will go to the bench along with Frank Botley. So Demetrius Katsiavelis coming into the game. As well as Melvin Pansa, the leading scorer for Bilbao in the first leg. Well, Reynolds stepped up big time in the second half. Remember, this team had a 4-point lead in the first leg in Bilbao in the third quarter. But the fourth quarter, after having a great 3-point shooting night in the first quarter, PAOK struggled for the next 2, but in the fourth quarter, they stepped up big time with players like Howard Fry. And Reynolds is one of the players to keep it to single digits before coming back here to the Palataki. Abdurrahman made his last 3. Unable to get this one. Katsiavelis secures the rebound. David Forrest also subbing into the game for the first time here for PAOK. Reynolds looking to attack. Finds Katsiavelis. Cedric Henderson, final seconds. Cruiser, wide open, corner 3, got it. Now cutting it down, indeed, to a 5-point deficit on aggregate. Well, no, it was a 2-point, had his foot in the line, so indeed, it's a 6-point deficit. PAOK still without a 3-pointer here in the game. Dominguez. PAOK fans wanting to travel. That looked clean to me. As Abdurrahman draws a foul, and it's on the ground, so no free throws coming up for Bilbao. Well, Reynolds trying to protest his innocence, but I think that's a good call. Let's have a look at the... Well, here's the good ball. There's a dunk down the middle. And again, Pame Grigora. Well, Upson much better here in the first quarter in the second leg than he was in the first leg. He's now former Duke University and Icelandic international. Oh, excuse me, Finnish international. Jacob Granison check into the game for the first time. Patson now defended by Katsiavelis, but he blows right by him. And again, no help side defense. I think PAOK are just less inclined to overhelp tonight because they know what a threat Bilbao can be from the perimeter. Reynolds penetrates. Another foul called, so indeed it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Shavar Reynolds. But he's just gone to the ground in a bit of pain. Well, it's quite a worrying sign there for PAOK. Awkwardly hanging onto his hand, but let's have a look here. There's the penetration. He's holding his left hand, so I'm not quite sure because he landed on his right hand. Unless I missed something there on the original penetration, I'm not quite sure what happened. But nonetheless, 2 free throws. Well, the game's level, but as mentioned, aggregate scoring, Bilbao still have that 7-point lead on aggregate. Reynolds remains perfect from the free throw line. 2:52 to go here in the first quarter. So it looks like Frank Bodley's going to come back into the game as the primary point guard. Katsiavelis matched up with Harold Fry. Dominguez, quick catch and shoot. He turns it over. And now PAOK. Down by 6 on aggregate. Knowing that Bilbao's got no fouls to give. Katsiavelis pump fakes, inside layup, count finish. The basket interference, so the 2 points count. Well, Linassen, the player who is from Iceland. And there's the, oh, it's actually a block. That's what happened there, so good defense. It goes in like Dejan Bodiroga, but he's not able to have. There's a basket interference. I don't think Linassen need to do anything. They go into the screen again with Harold Fry, and again, they haven't learned their lessons from the first leg as he continues to fry him up. Well, just like he did in the first leg, 2 threes in the first quarter. PAOK have got to stop going under the screen with him. Cruiser down the middle, finds Forrester, goes up, and another foul called, so 2 free throws. Well, I'll have to see the replay. Linassen saying he got all ball. Let's see from this angle. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. But then you just don't give Harold Fry, the Norwegian international, the invitation. Former Montana State University player. Last season played in the Easy Credit Bundesliga in Germany for Telekom Basis Bonn. Well, last season, David Forrester was playing in the 2nd division of pro basketball in Germany with the Outland Dragons. And now in his 2nd pro year, finds himself here in the Greek Basketball League. And more importantly at the moment, the FIBA Europe Cup final. The 9th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. Pansot looking to attack. Dominguez penetrates. There's a kick out. Bilbao's been on fire from the perimeter. Don't get it this time. But Forrest is going to get called for the foul. Looks like Devontae Upson's going to come back in. I'd say that's a good call because Glenasson does have the size advantage over Forrester, but unfortunately, you got to keep the big man away from the bucket, and that's a very tough task, no doubt about it. Well, Glenasson down low, throws it down with two hands, and giving Bilbao the 8-point advantage. Well, he didn't feature, of course, in the first leg. Katsiavelis finds Cedric Henderson. Bilbao's defense very well organized. Oh, big three coming by Granison. And that cuts it back down to, well, no, he had his foot on the line, so it's a two-pointer. So again, PAOK three-pointless here in the first quarter. Thijs de Ridder now matching up against Granison. Tries to go with the scoop, but can't get it. Well, PAOK committing another team foul, so this has now put Serna Bilbao into the penalty. Well, there's a nice dime coming from Fry. That time finding Glenasson. Well, what a no-look dime. The Norwegian Viking finding the big man from Iceland. Glenasson ties the game up tonight. Puts it back to a 7-point advantage for Bilbao. Well, Marcilla, of course, has had some big moments this season here in the FIBA Europe Cup. It's a collective effort for these two teams if one of them is going to win the championship this evening. Glenasson makes them both. 44.1 seconds left here in the first quarter. PAOK, if they go quickly, could go for a 2-for-1. Well, they got to get it in bounds. Katsiavelis just coming back and helping out. Well, Katsiavelis got it by Thijs de Ridder. Finds Cedric Henderson Jr. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Well, going for a deep one. And PAOK keep it alive. It's cruising now. Kicks out. Well, they haven't made a three tonight, but now they get it. And it's a 5-point deficit on aggregate. But Bilbao can have the final shot here in the first quarter. They go quickly. And again, Bilbao just punished PAOK after making their first three. And just, you have to appreciate how quickly this team plays in transition. And it's very reminiscent of all the teams in the Spanish ACB. PAOK just way too casual, thinking there wasn't any time left on the clock. But look how quickly they get the ball in bounds. Well, 5.4 seconds left. The best he could do right now is give Bilbao a 1-point lead, which would put them up by 8 points in aggregate. Well, he missed the free throw. Botley comes up with it. Finds Katsiavelis. One-legged three, and that's way off the mark. And that is the end of the first quarter. We're all leveled up at 24 apiece. And still Bilbao have a 7-point lead on aggregate. The 2025 FIBA Europe Cup Final, the 9th edition of this competition. Well, 10th in total, but we did miss the final of 2020. And we've never had a champion from neither Greece nor Spain. So history will be made tonight. Well, there are your stats. PAOK, of course, only 1 for 5 from the three-point line. Bilbao slightly better at 50%, 3 out of 6. But PAOK more field goals from inside the rainbow. Well, PAOK, as they did in the first leg, out-rebounding Bilbao by 2. Both teams, a total of only 5 turnovers each. Well, Bilbao doing what they did in the first leg. 5 fast break points, which did cause a lot of problems for PAOK. And they're your leading scorers, Devontae Upson, along with Jakob Granison. and Cedric Henderson Jr., all 5 points between them. Harold Fry with 2 3-pointers. There is your leading scorers. And now we'll take a look at the highlights here from the first quarter. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the PAOK Arena, the Palataki, the 9th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. PAOK currently level tonight with Bilbao, but Bilbao in the first leg winning by 7 gives them the 7-point advantage on aggregate. The PAOK have only hit 1 3-pointer. That came from Jacob Forrester. Well, no, excuse me, came from Jakob Grandison, my apologies. So now we're just waiting to get things back underway. PAOK will have the first possession. Well, Reynolds being defended by Melvin Pansa. Pansa number 19. 19 points in the first leg. 10 of those came from the free throw line. Reynolds now looking to attack. Well, Botley caught a double team. Reynolds wide open. And the threes just continue not to drop for PAOK. Well, they're 1 for 6. And that was a wide open look, so he had to take that one. But they've got to keep this crowd involved if they want to overcome the 7-point mountain to come. Reynolds trying to match up with Melvin Pansa. Fighting around the screen. Derrida now pulls up. Tomasz Hielo has just checked into the game. Excuse me, the Polish international. Now making it 9 points in aggregate. Well, Botley's been quiet so far. Grandison, big offensive rebounds. He'll try another one. Oh no, they stepped out of bounds. So another unforced turnover. Now you feel slowly the energy. As PAOK fans, they need buckets to get this energy going. Third turnover of the game for PAOK. Bilbao looking to give themselves a double-digit advantage on the aggregate. Pansa throws down to Hlanassin. The big man just aggressively going up, and he'll go back to the free throw line. I think the PAOK fans arguing an elbow was thrown by Hlanassin. But Upson picks up the foul. Well, that's a good post. Actually, no, I don't think there was any case of an offensive foul whatsoever. The problem for PAOK is they know if they double team, a team like Bilbao are going to get a kick out and a wide open look from the perimeter. Well, what are the chances of that one? So now a 3-point lead for Bilbao. 10 points in total on the aggregate. Well, he missed the second one, but an offensive rebound for Bilbao. Again, they go to Hlanassin. Good ball movement. Taylor made his first shot, and he makes another one. The 4-3 for Bilbao this evening. Well, it's a 6-point lead now. Indeed, a 13-point lead on aggregate. PAOK have got to find rhythm on their offense. Riley pulls up from 15. Ups an offensive board. Keeps this one alive for PAOK. Well, Bailey's going to the free throw line. I think the home crowd, or excuse me, the Bilbao players trying to insinuate, didn't look like he was going for a shot. I think the officials may discuss this one. Let's have a look here. Here's a penetration. There's a kick out. There's the moment we talk about. Anytime you go for a double team, somebody's going to be wide open because this team moves the ball so effectively. So no shooting foul. Henderson pulls up from the baseline, but a foul's going to be called. Tomasciello is only subbed in, he's committed a foul, so free throws coming up for PAOK. Cedric Henderson Jr. is going to the free throw line. Let's have a look here. It just grazes in a very unnecessary defensive play. Because he had that play covered. PAOK's free throw struggles. Tonight's not the night to have them. They've been relatively okay so far. 7 out of 9 from the free throw line, but when you're chasing the game, every possession's got to count at the moment here at the Palataki. Second one good for Cedric Henderson Jr. 12-point lead in total in aggregate. That's another penetration. Another three by Chiello. And this team continues to cook. And a timeout is going to be called by Massimo Cancellieri. It's a 15-point lead on the aggregate. Bilbao looking to make history. Well, we're going to go down to the PAOK bench to hear what he's got to say. There's the penetration. There's the help side. And there's the wide open three by the Polish sharpshooter. I think the point of that timeout called by Massimo Cancellieri was to, especially say to his backcourt players, look, you've got to take accountability. You've got to stop your man from getting into the paint. Once we help Bilbao, they got way too many options on the perimeter. 8-point lead tonight, 15 on aggregate. Reynolds back into the lineup here for PAOK. Reynolds pulls up from 15. And the problem for PAOK is nobody going in for offensive rebounds. Abdurrahman now coming off one screen. Yellow's been on fire so far. Goes out of bounds, and PAOK will get this one back. Great fight by Mervyn Jones trying to battle, but unable to come up with that play. Well, foul has going to be called, so Reynolds will go back to the free throw line. That's much better by the backcourt player. The thing with PAOK is you find that they'll be more effective if they play in the open floor at a much quicker tempo. That's going to be foul number 2 against Tomasz Chiello. Well, Shavar Reynolds currently at the free throw line. Last season playing for Karavnos in Cyprus. And his head coach, well, the great Michalis Kakouzias. Many Greek basketball fans will remember that name. Man, he won the FIBA Europe Basket in 2005. Also defeated LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard in 2006 at the FIBA World Championship in Japan. Reynolds remains perfect on the free throw line, cutting it down to 6 points, but still a 13-point gap on the aggregate. And provisional substitutions, Reynolds is going to leave the game. Well, Kostas Papadakis subbing in, steal by Botley. Botley comes up with it. Finally trying to go and draw the contact, but it's going to remain PAOK ball on the baseline. You can see PAOK just looks slightly more dangerous in the open court. Katsiavelis will inbound this one. Katsiavelis penetrates. And it's going to be a turnover. No foul called. Well, he got to his right hand. He's Abdurakman matched up against Katsiavelis. Jacob Forrester trying to take on Mervyn Jones. But they've called... No, they've called here traveling violation against Mervyn Jones. Well, he must have moved his pivot foot or something, but... And these fans, simply some of the very best basketball fans in the world. If you want to know why European basketball gets its, or where it gets its flavor and its popularity, it's with these kind of fans here at the Palataki in Thessaloniki, the mighty Palkara. Katsiavelis spins, goes baseline, again misses. Well, from point blank range. And oh my goodness! Oh no, they called a foul. Well, it looked like a good block, but Hobson may have hurt himself. Oh, Cedric Hennessy, excuse me, may have hurt himself. I'm not sure what happened there, but Bilbao players calling for an and one. Did the ball touch the backboard? Let's have a look at the replay. Cedric Henderson. Well, he gets the ball, no doubt about it, but it's contact in the air that he does make with Harold Fry that justifies the foul. So free throws coming up for Bilbao. Fry makes the first one, 7 points this evening. And the worry inside there for PAOK. Hopefully Cedric Henderson Jr. is going to be okay. Fry makes them both. So Bilbao have only missed 2 free throws this evening. PAOK have missed 3, but PAOK have got to the charity stripe more often. Reynolds. And it's another unforced turnover. And the problem for PAOK is they're relying too much on isolation basketball against a very organized team defensively. An illegal screen's going to be called against Mervyn Jones. Second one called against him tonight. It's a 15-point lead on aggregate. Let's have a look here, Jones. Oh, it's close. It's very close indeed. Reynolds now takes on Fry. Inside the paint, gets out one to drop. Cutting it down to a 6-point deficit on the evening. And 13 in total on the aggregate. Well, Bilbao's only got 1 foul to give with just over 5 minutes. They put PAOK into the penalty quite early in the first quarter. Finds Honasa. There's the kick out. Dragic wide open. And another 3 for Bilbao. And they continue to cook from the perimeter. And it's just like the first leg. And Papadakis will try a 3. Well, that's going to remain PAOK ball on the baseline. Oh no, they've overchecked. They've turned it over. And that's where Bilbao's going to keep causing problems. You've got to fight around that screen. Oh, I don't know. If I'm Massimo Cancelliere, I would have thought about going for a head coach's challenge. The foul's going to be called against Papadakis. PAOK making a change. Cedric Henderson Jr. getting ready to come back into the lineup. Patsov fights around the screen. The Rackman pump fakes. Just gets closed out in time. Nasset going inside, can't finish. Forrester secures the rebound. Now looking to push. PAOK here. This is where they want to play in the open court. Papadakis, another quick three is up and buries that one. And the Palataki coming back to life. The PAOK have got to level things up going into the halftime break. Oh, it's going to be a turnover. Unable to finish, but a foul's going to be called. And it's against Lanassin. So a trip to the free throw line for PAOK. Great hustle from Frank Bartley. He just mistimed his jump there, but that's a good call. Lanassin can argue all he wants, but look at the three from Papadakis. Only the second one of the evening for PAOK. Kostas. Well, a timeout's going to be called. These two teams want to talk it over. The second leg of the 9th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. If you're watching this game live, please hit that like button on FIBA's official YouTube platform and subscribe to FIBA on YouTube. We'll try and listen to what Coach Bassano has to say to his players. Bilbao, no fouls to give anymore. Well, the young PAOK fans enjoying the game, of course. This atmosphere has been simply exhilarating right from the beginning till now. With just over 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter, PAOK have an advantage where any more fouls they will go to the free throw line. There's now Bartley at the charity stripe here for PAOK. Frank Bartley, originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He's had quite an extensive professional playing career. Played in Italy, also played in the Chinese Basketball Association for the Qingdao Eagles. He cuts it down to 4 points, but still an 11-point lead for Bilbao on aggregate. They have one foul to give here in the second quarter. Abdurrahman penetrates. Finds Lanassin. Well, the big man bullies his way inside the paint. Reynolds finds an opening. Papadakis made his last three. This one's open. Well, that was a good look, but he's got to be able to convert it. Think about it, you convert that three-point, it's only a 10-point deficit. As Abdurrahman unable to convert the three. Now we're under 3 to go here in the second quarter. Bartley penetrates. Hangs in the air, can't finish. But Lanassin throws it to him. Reynolds, wide open, 3. And still, they just won't drop a PAOK. And is that something that's going to haunt this team in this FIBA Europe Cup final? As the rear up against Jackson Cruiser. And there's the final foul for PAOK to give away here in the second quarter. Well, they left Fry wide open. Fry's made two. Make it a third three-pointer for Howard Fry. And the biggest lead on aggregate for Bilbao. 16 points of difference. PAOK's defense, it's all over the place. Papadakis this time again wide open, but it's just way off the mark. And PAOK making no effort whatsoever to go for offensive rebounds. Well, Bilbao only have 2 offensive boards tonight. I say that about PAOK. It's actually unfair to me saying they have 6 offensive boards. But again, now making an 18-point deficit. And a timeout's going to be called by Cancellieri. 1:41. Bilbao are cruising. PAOK have got to find something. These 8,000 PAOK fans. Oh, what a move by Pansar, excuse me. And we will return from this timeout in just under 60 seconds. But there's a case there. Bilbao just being gifted everything at the moment from the perimeter. And that was their 7th 3. They've only missed 5, and they converted 7. And it's just like the first leg. Well, the PAOK fans, they've got to keep on believing. It's simple as that. But these players, they've got to give them belief. They're here at home. Defensively, they've got to take care of their man-to-man duties. And they cannot allow any more cases of over-help side defense, which then leads to wide-open threes. So Bilbao, 7 out of 12 from the three-point line for Bilbao. Batley now pulls up for another 3 and make that number 3 for PAOK. And that cuts it back down to 6 on the night. 13 in total on aggregate. PAOK just like Bilbao. No fouls to give now here with over a minute to go. Fry around the defense. That's going to remain Bilbao ball with 11 seconds on the shot clock. Let's have a look at the replay here. Well, I'd say Reynolds a very lucky player, but quick shot from Frank Batley. Well, probably had an open look there. A nice move by the Swedish international, going baseline. And every penetration, Bilbao just get into the PAOK key at will. Potential 2-for-1 here for PAOK. Reynolds finds Forrester, goes in, throws it down with 2 hands. Well, we've got to find ways to get the big man into the game. And it looks like that's going to be another turnover. And not something we've seen too often, really, from either of these two teams, to be honest. And these fans have just got to keep on believing, that's for sure. So the change coming in at the moment here for Bilbao. Well, Basala Bagayoko's just subbed into the game for Bilbao. And PAOK turn it right back over. An unforced, and here comes Pensa. Throws it down one hand. Batley looks to attack. Almost throws it away, but Reynolds keeps it alive. PAOK want to get the final shot here in the first half. Down by 10. 17 in total on aggregate. Reynolds finds separation, finds a 3, and it's just way off the mark. And that is the end of the first half, where the second quarter has been a dominant display from the team from the Spanish ACB. Well, this indeed is the 9th final of the FIBA Europe Cup. And tonight, we'll either have a new champion from Spain or Greece. But at the moment, in total on aggregate, PAOK might be down by 10. But they've got 17 points to come back from. Well, PAOK have hit a total of 3 3-pointers, which is what they hit in total in the first leg. But that's been the difference tonight. 3 out of 14 just doesn't cut it. Especially when the other teams in the likes of Bilbao, 7 out of 12. And, a big improvement for Bilbao. More field goals from inside the rainbow. Both teams are 3 steals. Where there was only 5 collective turnovers in the first quarter. Now we have a total of 19, but 9 fast break points. Bilbao looking confident. Can PAOK turn this around in the second half? Well, we'll take a look at the leading scorers in this game. Harold Frag currently with 11 points. He's hit 3 3-pointers. Shavar Reynolds leading PAOK with 8. Followed up by Henderson Jr. Tomasz Yellow came off the bench and hit some big shots for Bilbao. But now we'll look at the highlights here from the first half very, very soon. They're your leading rebounders. Well, hello and welcome back, everybody. The second half very shortly about to get back underway. This is the 2025 FIBA Europe Cup final second leg. And at the moment, our hosts, PAOK, find themselves in total down by 17 on aggregate. Massimo Cancellieri trying to get some final words in with his players, but, it is going to be a mountain together, collectively, that they're going to have to rise from. While Coach Pisano's players, they've been red hot from the perimeter, 7 out of 12 from the three-point line. At the moment, led by the Norwegian Viking, Harold Fry, former Montana State University player. But one thing PAOK's going to need is a little bit of inspiration, some extrinsic motivation from this 8,000 capacity crowd tonight of DK Falos, Aetos Tovoda. Well, looking to make history. Both teams can do that tonight. Both coaches. One Italian coach, one Spanish coach. But tonight it'll either be a Spanish or a Greek champion for the first time here in the FIBA Europe Cup. Welcome back, everybody. We're live here at the Palataki, the PAOK Arena in Thessaloniki, Greece. FIBA Europe Cup final, the 9th final. Bilbao will have the first possession. Looks like they're very much an unchanged starting five with the addition now. Instead of Mervyn Jones, they are going with Lanassin as the center. Abdurrahman currently in the backcourt with Harold Fry. Defended by Katsiavelis. And now Derrida fancies his chances here inside the paint. Well, foul's going to be called against Papadakis. Oh, excuse me, no, it's against Katsiavelis. Well, he went down for the double team, identifying the danger. Of course, ties to Derrida, but there's another, good closeout change there by Cedric Henderson Jr. Well, good help side defense. Jackson Cruiser comes up with it. And PAOK looking to get the first field goal of the second half. Bartley makes a tough pass. Gets it back. Bit of contact, fouls called, so a trip to the free throw line for Frank Bartley. The foul's on Harold Fry. That's a very intelligent play by Bartley because he identifies Fry's on his back. Just enough contact there to justify the call. Well, Nasson's got to finish that one. Simple as that. He's had a terrific first half. Causing PAOK's interior post defense a lot of issues. Bartley makes the first free throw. Cutting the aggregate score down to 15. A 15-point lead still for Bilbao. It may be 8 on the night, but remember, if you've just joined this game, this is the second leg of aggregate scoring, the total of both games combined together. Bilbao's been relatively comfortable, especially in the second quarter. Well, it's going to be an offensive foul against Abdurrahman. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but he got inside the paint. Slight push-off against Frank Bartley, I assume. Or no, maybe it was on Lanassin, excuse me. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, no, that is on... Yeah, that's on Abdurrahman. And there's a kick out. Katsiavelis wide open. 3 is up. And again, they just don't drop here for PAOK. PAOK trying to get back. This is where Bilbao's been brilliant so far, wearing this game down. That's another missed attempt. Bilbao still scoreless here in the second half. It's going to be another one. Oh no, it's going to remain PAOK ball, but I think Bilbao may want to think about going. Well, no. I don't see Coach Pisano going for a head coach's challenge. So PAOK ball still on the baseline. Finally trying to go for a post-up. Draws the foul, but he's unable to get the ab one, so another trip to the free throw line for Frank Bartley. The foul is on Abdurrahman. I'd say Bartley there, very lucky. Could have got called for a push-up, but well, the PAOK fans, because it was a second quarter of anxiety, seeing the surmountable lead that Bilbao developed. And even though they lead by 8 tonight, it's actually indeed a 15-point aggregate, depending how Frank Bartley does on the free throw line here. And 4 missed free throws in total tonight here for PAOK. They've got to be able to knock these down. Second one good for Frank Bartley. 7-point lead still for Bilbao. 14 in total on the aggregate. He's now Fry matched up with Shavar Reynolds. Bilbao again going to that ball screen scenario. Tough penetration by Fry, but again, Bilbao still scoreless here in the second half. But again, it's another clumsy turnover here. If it's going to be a jump ball, it's going to go back to PAOK because Bilbao did have the first possession. So baseline possession here for Bilbao. If there's not another jump ball, it will be Bilbao. Oh, excuse me, to PAOK. If there's not another jump ball, it will be Bilbao's possession to begin at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Cruiser got it by Derrida. Steps through, goes in. Well, not quite sure what he tried to go for there, but a very poor attempt by Rocky Cruiser. Now Patsa back in the lineup here for Bilbao. Patiently around the defense, but it's an offensive foul. Second one here in the third quarter for Bilbao. In over 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Bilbao still scoreless, but they still have the 14-point advantage. Well, just locking arms there with Shavar Reynolds. Good defense by Roy there. Good call. Elbow to the face. Clear as daylight. No arguments whatsoever. But even with Bilbao scoreless, PAOK have got to find ways to keep putting points on the board. The best they can do here in the third quarter, try and level things up on the score tonight, which would make it a less arduous journey to try and come back from in the fourth quarter. What can they build on this offense? Reynolds finds an opening, goes in. And it goes into the end. Lanassin unable to tip it out. The deficit cut down to 12 on aggregate. Finally trying to get up in the face of Howard Fry. And PAOK trying to fight around the screens. With Lanassin as the mismatch. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's on Katsiavelis. They're fighting with the big man from the north of Iceland. Second foul against Katsiavelis here in the third quarter. Well, you hear the echoes of the eagle, the double-headed eagle of the north, the Dikephalos Aetos Tovoda. They go into the screen again. And the 8 3-pointer for Bilbao. And just when, oh when, will PAOK learn their lesson? Well, it's going to be a offensive foul. And in that passage of play there where it took Bilbao almost 3 minutes to get the first bucket, we're right here. This is great for Bilbao because PAOK just keep going under the screens. Bilbao in total have only missed 5 threes this evening. 15-point lead in aggregate. Pride penetrates. Tries to go in for a floater, can't get it. PAOK comes over with it. Bartley trying to push, but nobody running with him. And it's another PAOK turnover. Well, what can Bilbao capitalize from this one? Well, Vanessa goes in, but it's going to remain Bilbao. Ball on the baseline. Well, Fry's got 11. He's made 3 threes. Finally misses one. And another foul is going to be called on against PAOK on the box out. So Bilbao will retain this one. Well, the one difference in this game that's gone in favor for PAOK is Bilbao. Well, just right there, yeah, you can see. Bilbao looking to extend this to maybe a 17 or an 18-point cushion on aggregate. DeRitter on the baseline. Can't get it. Shavar Reynolds wants to run. Who wants to run with him? Reynolds in the corner. Cruiser wide open. 3 is up. Finally gets one. And the 4th 3 of the night for Dikephalos Aetos Tovoda. And that cuts it back down to a 12-point deficit on aggregate. 5 points on the evening. I'd say Fry was lucky there, but both teams lucky because had they called the blocking foul, the 3-pointer wouldn't have counted, and it would have been Reynolds going to the free throw line. Vela is trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Melvin Pantsar. Deny him at all costs. And that's a foul to give away, and that's just going to send Pantsar to the free throw line. So right now, PAOK has got to get rid of the emotion. But here's where Bilbao have just got to wear them down. Anytime you reach like that, you just invite the official to make a decision. That's a foul. It's a good call by the official. Melvin Pantsar, 9 out of 10 from the free throw line in the first leg. Of course, led them with 19 points. Seven-point lead to Bilbao, 14 in total on aggregate. Neither team with any fouls to give here with over 5 minutes. Cruiser penetrates, goes in, lays it up. Well, that might be the first time this evening Bilbao didn't have any help side defenders. Well, they come up with a steal. Bartley's got to go up with it, and that cuts it back down. 10 points in aggregate. Velas has got to be careful here. Doesn't want to pick up another unnecessary foul. Well, no bucket made, actually. Excuse me. Went in. Oh, did you? The score just took a bit of time to update. Well, it's going to be a kickball violation. So with 4:37 to go here in the third quarter. Well, clumsy play by Melvin Pansa. Got to take care of the basketball. He does a good job trying to make up for it, but Barley just gets his own rebound. But remember, neither team with any fouls to give. Bilbao still have the momentum. They have the advantage. Step back three by Pansa. Doesn't get it. Cruiser secures the rebound. And now PAOK looking to build full steam ahead. A very careless foul by Thijs de Ridder. And what Bilbao's doing at the moment, they've got to play with more discipline. Because one thing you don't want is the DK Falo Santos to avoid it to get the energy back into this one. With no fouls to give, you don't want to send him to the free throw line. That's his second personal of the evening. Those fans all season long have never lost hope. Whether it be in the quarterfinals, a tough road to the end against Cholet on the road. The three-pointer by Bartley that took that semifinals into overtime. Who's now looking to cut it down to single digits in the aggregate. Well, Jackson Cruiser, a.k.a. known as Rocky, originally from Minnesota. He's played in Belgium, played in Germany. It's a 1-point deficit on the Knights. PAOK still down, but 8 points still in favor of Serna Bilbao. PAOK's full court pressure. Just trying to disrupt Bilbao, but they've got to be able to play through this Bilbao. And Jones catching a very tough one. Oh, missing for point-blank range. Everybody just stopping, thinking an offensive foul was going to be called. No call was given. Who's now finding Cedric Henderson Jr. Henderson penetrates. Goes, oh my goodness, Kalinikta. Well, he took a body with him. And a timeout's got to be called. And just listen to these fans here at the Palataki. Well, down the middle, Cedric Henderson Jr. Opa! Filimu! Are you kidding me? Well, Ruben Dominguez thinks he's got help side defense. But Cedric Henderson Jr. just said, Kalinikta. Well, we're going to return from this timeout in just under 60 seconds. PAOK have the lead, but still they trail by 6 on aggregate. Well, Coach Jaume Pisano just calling that timeout to get a little bit more calm and collective play from his team. They still have a 6-point lead on aggregate. Remember, if you're just joining us, this is the second leg of the 9th FIBA Europe Cup final. It's based off 2 legs aggregate scoring. Bilbao won the first leg by 7 at home. One area they have struggled here is with the full court man-to-man pressure. Up finding Abdurrahman. Now going to a ball screen. Finds a 3, can't get it. Jones goes in. Foul's going to be called, so free throws coming up, and this will probably just calm down Bilbao's offense. Fouls on Jackson Cruiser. Strong, aggressive play by the former PAOK player. So put the heartache 2022, losing in that BCL play-in series in the Basketball Champions League to Strasbourg. He makes the first one, leveling things up here on the evening. 7-point lead in total and aggregate now for Bilbao. PAOK need to win by 8 points if they want to win the FIBA Europe Cup championship. Jones makes them both. Reynolds heavily defended by Melvin Patzar. Still has the ball in his hands. Finds Cedric Henderson Jr. Finds a deep three. Can't get it. But no foul called on the box out. Here comes Bilbao. Leading by 8 points in aggregate. Under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Fine defended by his Scandinavian rival. But now they switch on defense. The man from Finland defending now the man from Sweden. Time winding down. Abdurrahman's got to go for a tough fadeaway three. Are you kidding me? And I don't think PAOK could have defended that one any better. Force it down the middle. One more time. Evharisto. Thank you very much. What a throwdown by Jacob Forrester. Still a 2-point lead to Bilbao. Patzar bumping. Now go for the mid-range, but unsuccessful. PAOK looking to level things up here on the Knights. Still down by 9 on aggregate. Cedric Henderson. Now caught a double team. Cruiser made his last three. That one's way off the mark. But Granderson goes in, and that's what I'm talking about. Second chance points. The Viking from Finland. Well, head coach Lassi Tuovi, if you're watching, this man might be ready for the FIBA Euro Basket this summer. He was phenomenal in the FIBA OQT last summer, but at the moment, his sights are set on becoming a FIBA Europe Cup champion. And look at the reaction. That's all these fans will ask for. Well, chance to cut it down to 6 points on the aggregate. He converts a 3-point play back to a 1-point lead to PAOK. Neither team with any fouls to give. Just over 90 seconds here in the third quarter. Trying to find Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman trying to find some space around the ball screen, but a foul's going to be called, so another trip to the free throw line. Granderson tried to come out and hedge, but it's actually Jacob Forrester, my apologies. Well, that's good for Bilbao because actually, from that angle, look at the dunk here by Forrester. Throw it down, big man. Good night. .21 to go. If you think about how much time is left, Bilbao, if they make this one, they'll level things up. If they make both of them, they'll give themselves 8-point cushion on the aggregate. They could actually, depending how PAOK go on the next offense, could go potentially for a 2-for-1 because they'll get the first possession of the fourth quarter. And that's crucial for Bilbao. Abdurrahman makes both free throws. A slight delay in game. Remember, Bilbao have a 1-point lead, but 8-point deficit against PAOK from the aggregate. It's better than being down by 17, which was the most they were down by in this game. Forrester again killing off the ball screen. Granderson fires up another deep one. He's made one tonight. He makes another one. And it gives PAOK a 2-point lead. And now they only trail by 5 on the aggregate. Bilbao's got to be patient. And there's Fry. Stepping up, can't get it. That's going to remain Bilbao ball, yeah. Great job by Mervyn Jones, putting Jacob Forrester under pressure. Well, a quick release there by the former Duke University Blue Devil. Born in California, but made with the Susi Yengi in Finland. Panza. PAOK switching everything on a dribble handoff. Final seconds for Fry. Has to put up a deep, deep, long one. Can't get it. Forrester with the rebound. And PAOK having to dribble this one as close as possible to the end of the shot clock. Down by 5 on aggregate. Biley penetrates. Biley goes in. Gets rejected. Well, what a block by the former PAOK player, Mervyn Jones. And he just said, "Not in once was my house. This used to be the house of Mervyn Jones." Six seconds difference between game and shot clock. Biley just trying to hang out in the corner, but I don't think Harold Fry is going to give him an opening. Remember, Bilbao, just like PAOK, no more fouls to give here in the third quarter. PAOK fans definitely enjoying the occasion. Maybe a little bit too much, but well, the temperature in this arena is off the chart. No doubt we've had many times the people come in to try and remove the moisturizer on the floor from the sweat. I'm trying to get one final good offense. Reynolds has got to go quick. Finds Cedric Henderson Jr., but he misses from point-blank range. And Bilbao get it back, but they won't get a final bucket. PAOK could have cut it down to 3 points on aggregate, but they're only down by 5 with 10 minutes to go. The 9th final of the FIBA Europe Cup will be decided in the next 10 minutes. And it just begs the question, just how important is that final play at the end of the first leg by Katsiavelis going to be? Well, PAOK winning that third quarter by 12 points. The biggest lead of either of these two teams in this game so far at the end of 10 minutes of play. But still 10 minutes to decide. Will we have for the first time a Spanish or Greek champion of the FIBA Europe Cup? Well, PAOK, of course, hitting 2 big three-pointers there in the third quarter. One from Jackson Cruiser, the other one from Jakob Grandison. Bilbao still much better from the perimeter. But the rebound count, 27-22. Something that was clearly in favor of PAOK in the first leg. And PAOK have more assists and more fast break points. It's just been the perimeter shooting that's kept Bilbao ahead by 5 points on the aggregate. Well, indeed, the two Vikings, one of Sweden, one of Finland, leading the scoring tonight. Jakob Grandison from Finland, Melvin Pantsar of Sweden. And both players, well, they've been terrific, to say the least. Pantsar, of course, led Bilbao in the first leg with 19. But what an absolutely amazing, incredible atmosphere we've had here tonight at the Palataki, the home of PAOK, the PAOK Arena. Well, that jump ball in which Jackson Crusoe almost lost possession is what's led to Bilbao having the first possession here in the fourth quarter. Can they hang on? They still lead by 5 points in total on the aggregate. 10 final minutes. Welcome back, live here in Thessaloniki, Greece, the home of the mighty Dikephalos Santos Tovora, the Palataki. Head referee Johan Rosso, one of the very best in international basketball, has now got things back in the way. Bilbao going back to that dribble handoff offense. Fry finds Jones, goes in, throws it down with a connection. Well, just beautiful, exhilarating execution by Bilbao. Reynolds finds Cedric Henderson. Kicks out. Reynolds wide open. Hasn't made a three tonight. And continues to struggle from the perimeter, but a foul's going to be called against Cedric Henderson. Let's have a look here. Well, Cedric Henderson trying to say that he didn't touch him. He actually came off the back of Harold Fry. It's on Cedric Henderson. That's his third personal foul. We're watching anxiously. Bilbao leading by 7 points on aggregate. We're all level here at 63. Foul's going to be called on the ground. It's on Shavar Reynolds. I believe that's his second personal. Fry just such a tough player to defend when going to his left hand. Well, that was the alley-oop, and Jacob Forrester just trying to play cat and mouse between both Mervyn Jones and Harold Fry. That's going to be an offensive foul against Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman, that time just got caught in a tumble-up with Henderson. And that's a good call. I mean, that could have gone either way because both players were locked up. But, you know, the end product, I'd say that's the right decision, to be honest. Well, PAOK have got to give the same scoring here in the fourth quarter as we saw in the third quarter, excuse me. Xavi Rabasset is subbing into the game. Finally pulling up from 15. Yeah, just struggling offensively. Not a great start for PAOK here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find buckets. But now they've got to rely on the defense. Reynolds matching up with Marvin Jones. The foul's going to be called against Frank Bartley for the reach. That's a reach right here, you can see. Just as Yellow puts on the ground right there, it's a delayed call, but it's the right one. And already PAOK picking up 3 team fouls in the first, just under 2 minutes. 1 minute 22 already played here in the fourth quarter. And PAOK only have 1 foul to give. Fry again going to that ball screen. And an offensive foul this time is going to be called. Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but Fry potentially, did he get called for a hook or... Let's have a look here. Oh, lock of the arms. Yeah, good call. Reynolds coming off the screen. Cedric Henderson Jr. looking for a handoff. Finds Grandison. Oh, he gets blocked. But follows his shot, goes in, lays it up. Well, Bilbao just fell asleep on that possession, and it's back to a 5-point deficit on the aggregate. Well, Dragic step through, way off the mark, can't get it. PAOK looking to capitalize. unable to get something quick in transition. But Cedric Henderson fires a three, and again, way off the mark, goes out of bounds, but it's going to remain PAOK ball with 10 on the shot clock. And Thijs de Ridder getting ready to sub back in for Bilbao, along with Melvin Pantsar, the leading scorer tonight. Well, Jackson Cruz along with Katsivelis coming into the game. Reynolds almost caught a double team. Now finds Frank Botley. Defended by Dominguez. Goes in the lane, finishes, cuts it down to 3 points on aggregate. PAOK still in there. Bilbao's got to find the composure. They've led by as many as 17 on the aggregate. Dragic in around the defense, goes out of bounds, but it's going to remain Bilbao ball. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Devontae Upson hasn't played too much. Remember, he went down with an... He actually had a very interesting one there. Look at the crossover by Botley. Just taking on Xavi Rabaseda, finishing under intense pressure. Well, a foul's going to be called. It's the final team foul given against PAOK. Any more, and they will send Bilbao to the free throw line. And it's on Devontae Upson. Well, Upson just trying to get his hands in the passing lane, but yeah, that's a good call because you locked arms there. So the advantage definitely in favor of Bilbao. And for the first time in this game, they could get into the penalty before PAOK. PAOK have no fouls to give. Can't go into that ball screen. Deep three coming. It's up, no good. PAOK come up with the rebounds. Botley tried to go back door, but Cruza unable to get it. And it's one thing we've seen tonight from these two teams. Just too many mental blunders. And they could have cut it down to 1 point on the aggregate. Under 7 minutes left. Can Bilbao hang on? Velis. Remember, PAOK don't have any fouls to give. Well, what a move by Abdur-Rahman in and around the defense. And extending it indeed. Back to 5 points in aggregate. Reynolds pulls up from 15, contested. And he gets that one to drop. Well, he made some big shots in the fourth quarter in the first leg. But that was to cut the deficit. Can he make them enough tonight to get them an 8-point lead? That's what they need to defeat Bilbao. Pantsar with an opening. Manasseh hesitates, but it's going to be an offensive foul. A clumsy move. And I think he just hesitated because, he's not known for taking anything other than in and around the basket. And you have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he's expected to get the ball there, but Melvin Pantsar had no choice but to kick it out. That's a great take by Pantsar, but at the same time, Manasseh just go up for a jump hook. Cancellieri just said, "Ti amo." Well, a three-pointer on this play would indeed level things up on the aggregate. Coach Bassano's got to hope his team can hold on. Velis coming off one screen, finds Cruza. Botley hesitates. And first it goes in, gets rejected. And PAOK, no matter how close they get, just struggle to get over the final hurdle. Now they want to go to Thijs de Ridder in the paint. Got it by Katsiavelis. Blackman now hesitates. Puts up a tough contested three. Can't get it. But Bilbao get the offensive board, but they leave Derrida wide open. Oh, great second chance point. So Bilbao back to 5 points on the aggregate. Katsiavelis penetrates out of control, but he's unable to get the ad one, but he will go to the free throw line for PAOK. And the foul is on Melvin Pansa. Oh, he's got to be able to finish that one. That was gift wrap for a three-point play. Pansa not quite agreeing with the call, but I'd say the referees have done a magnificent job tonight. Well, the man who won the FIBA Intercontinental Championship alongside Vasilis Spanoulis in Brazil back in 2013. The only other player in this game to do so, Xavi Rabaseda. Well, Rabaseda also FIBA Basket World Cup champion in 2019 with the Spanish national team. But now we reach the halfway mark. Bilbao still lead by 3 on aggregate, even though they're down by 4 now. Who's now switching on defense? Well, Rackman puts up a sucker shot, can't get it. PAOK looking to chip in. Katsiavelis finds Cruiser, can tie things up, and he does just that. We are all level on the aggregate with 4:38 to go. And Jackson, Rocky Cruiser, trying to get the Palataki home crowd, DK Falos Aetos Tovora, back into this. Well, what a three. Huge three-pointer by Rocky. And listen to the Palataki. Listen to the DK Falos Aetos Tovora, the double-headed eagle of the North. Well, we'll try to go down to the Bilbao bench to hear what Coach Bassano's got to say to his players. But as it stands, the tie is now level. Well, you've got to credit those Bilbao fans to make the journey here to the beautiful north of Greece in the city of Thessaloniki. Well, Bilbao led by as many as 11 tonight, which put them ahead by 17 on the aggregate. Well, 18, I should say. But remember, PAOK have no fouls to give. Alan Fry back into the lineup now for Bilbao. 4:30 left. Fry coming off one screen. Well, it's going to be an offensive foul. Incredible. Well, great defense. And it's that man, Frank Botley. And now for the first time tonight, PAOK can take the lead. Remember, they led by as many as 4 points in the first leg. Still plenty of time left in this game. It was all doom and gloom at the end of the second quarter. Bilbao had that big 18-point advantage on the aggregate. But now PAOK for the first time can take the lead here in this leg, here in the second leg, excuse me. Katsiavelis penetrates, kicks out, Cruz another three. Can't get it. Good defense by Bilbao. But they anticipated it was going to go to the corner to Cruiser, and they just closed him out enough in time. Rackman up against Botley. Well, good hands on defense. They just throw it away. Well, Botley didn't have the legs. And Bilbao will get another chance. Frank kicks out. Rackman's had his struggles and still can't buy a bucket from the perimeter. And again, PAOK. Can they take the lead here in this two-legged final? Katsiavelis spins, goes in, and it's gonna count. Dimitris Katsiavelis. And if he converts this, he'll give them a 3-point lead on aggregate. 3:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. But as it stands, PAOK lead. Not only do they lead tonight, they lead on aggregate. Well, you can thank the Almighty, but there's still 3:16 to go, young man. Still plenty of time left. Converts the three-point play. 3:16 left. Bilbao has got to hold their nerve. They cannot afford any mental blunders. They're going for a quick ghost screen with Melvin Pansa. Right down the middle. Little floated. Nice little finish. He gets the and one. And a chance to level things up on the aggregate. Well, what a response there by the Norwegian Viking. Well, tonight we've had a Scandinavian showcase. Whether it's Howard Fry, Melvin Pansa, or Jakob Grandison. But he's got to make this free throw. Because if it stays like this, an 8-point lead to PAOK, PAOK would win the championship. Well, some PAOK legends in the building tonight. Most notably, one of them is Bonnie Prelovic. Sitting courtside, the former star player, head coach, and former president. During his presidency, he saw PAOK, compete very well in the Basketball Champions League. And Fry converts the free throw. We're all locked up. The Bilbao fans, they still believe. Oh, just like in the first leg, unnecessary turnovers. Oh, he missed the layup. Are you kidding me? Well, PAOK basically gift wrapped that one up for Bilbao. Katsiavelis. Botley goes in, draws a foul, so he'll go back to the free throw line. And Coach Bassano, and the foul's on Dragic. Not happy with that decision. Let's have a look at the replay. That's a good call because quite clearly Dragic just a little too late. And it's an intelligent move by Frank Botley. And I think had Dragic been there just a slight step quicker and got cemented with his hands up, because he's done everything right defensively. But he's a little late at getting his hands up. .234 left. Who would have thought down by 18? PAOK would have made it, or would have got it back to this. Because what an exciting final this is turning out to be. The first leg was quite good in the third quarter when PAOK were able to come back. But then in the fourth quarter, Bilbao showed their dominance. And PAOK have done something similar here in the second leg. But Botley can give them the lead on the aggregate. First free throw good for Frank Botley. Those fans, some of them have made long journeys all over Europe, all different parts of the world, the United States, to come and watch this final. Well, Bartley makes them both. 2-point lead on aggregate to PAOK. And there you see the flag, the double-headed eagle of the North. So there's a three that would give them the advantage. And he's fouled in the process by Cedric Henderson Jr. So 3 free throws coming up for Bilbao. And if they convert these free throws, this would give them the 1-point lead. I don't know, actually. It's tough to see from that angle, but he must have grazed him on the hand because it looked like Patsa was already going down. Well, he missed the second one. The very best Melvin Patsa can do is level things up on the aggregate. You can see both sets of players and even the PAOK fans watching anxiously. This could go right down to the wire. And again, we're all leveled up. Just over 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Reynolds looking to attack. Reynolds now taking his time. 6 on the shot clock's got to make something happen. Cedric Henderson Jr. down the middle goes in. He's unable to finish. And Bilbao comes up with it. And Patsa looking to push full steam ahead. Bilbao looking to regain the lead. Number 9, the team with any fouls to give. 5 here on the shot clock. Patsa. And it's going to be a blocking foul. Well, Bartley was set. Must have just moved last minute. Let's have a look here. He was just shifting. The problem was he was just set a little too early, which just gave Melvin Patsa enough time to kind of shimmy around him. Patsa makes the first free throw, so now Bilbao have the advantage. They have the 1-point lead in the aggregate in this final. And if it were to stay like this, Bilbao would be FIBA Europe Cup champions. 1:29 to go. What an ending we are headed for. Second one good. 2-point lead on aggregate for Bilbao. Now it's time for PAOK to respond. Reynolds looking to penetrate. Almost turns it over. Cruising now. Katsiavelis, huge three. And he's fouled in the process, I believe. So 3 free throws coming up for Dimitris Katsiavelis. And Dragic. Well, there you can see Shabby Rabbit is saying, don't argue, don't pick up a technical. We don't need that right now. Well, Katsiavelis just grazed him, I guess. But he missed the first free throw. Incredible. The pressure just getting to Dimitris Katsiavelis. The hometown hero, born and raised here in Thessaloniki. Second one good. If he makes this free throw, again, we'll be tied up on the aggregate. Two out of 3 from the free throw line. And again, it's a level. Neither teams with any fouls to give. Pants up, looking to attack. Finds Fry again, left wide open, and he gives Bilbao a 3-point lead. His 4th three of the night. 10th in total for Bilbao. As Botley trying to ISO. Botley inside the paint, goes in. Just can't finish. Bilbao comes up with a rebound. But why foul? What was Devontae Upson thinking? Well, how many times has Howard Fry been left wide open like that? Big time three. But the more concerning point for PAOK is Bilbao had the rebound. Why even go for why even contest for it? Marvin Jones, the former PAOK player at the free throw line. Oh, he missed it. The pressure just getting to him. But still Bilbao have a 3-point cushion. Well, he's got to make this one. Give them the 4-point lead with 41.1 seconds left. Oh, he missed them both. Well, not over yet. Finding Reynolds. Reynolds looking to attack. Mid-range. Goes up with it. And PAOK just unable to score. Well, they got a foul here. They got no time to waste. Well, indeed, with 14.5, PAOK just had no options to go for. But again, great defense by Bilbao. Well, Jakob Grandison getting ready to come back into the game. So now indeed, the team who last season made the huge comeback in the quarterfinals against Legia Warszawa had their hearts broken in the semifinals by the eventual champions Niners Chemnitz. They can make it a 5-point lead. But Dragic missed the free throw. Wow, 3 consecutive missed free throws here for Bilbao. Four-point lead. PAOK have got to go. Well, they're going to call timeout. They're going to advance the ball, no doubt about it. Well, they have a 3-point lead, but they trail by 4 in aggregate. And time is running out. We'll try to go down to the PAOK bench to hear what head coach Cancelleri has to say to his players. Well, you got to think PAOK is going to go for a 3-pointer. With boy Jakob Grandison back into the game. I think for Bilbao, there's no need to foul here whatsoever. You lead by 4. Just even if they do go for a 3-pointer, you still have that 1-point advantage. Katsiavelis will inbound this one. 14.5. One thing, if you are Bilbao, you don't want to foul them in the process of shooting a 3-pointer. Well, they got to get the ball in bounds. Botley in the corner, goes for a fadeaway 3. And that might just do it. Well, Bilbao have held strong, even when PAOK had a 3-point lead on the aggregate. You've got to give credit to Bilbao. They've been terrific. And PAOK, you've got to credit them as well. Down by 18 in total on the aggregate, but still found a way to get back and compete. But just like the first leg, the difference indeed is going to be the three-point shooting. PAOK just didn't get enough three-pointers tonight. And the disappointing thing for PAOK is, on every other stat, they've been terrific. But Bilbao will make history. Well, DeRidder makes the second one. And indeed, it's now a 6-point lead on aggregate. A timeout's going to be called. And those PAOK fans, well, the long journey from the Basque Country. And history indeed looks like it's about to repeat itself. 1995, I believe it was, or 96. One of those 2 years in which PAOK lost the FIBA European Cup Winners' Cup to another team from the Basque Country. That time they had Bane Prelevic, Peja Stojakovic. But you got to credit the PAOK fans. What an atmosphere they displayed here tonight at Palataki. Well, in the case of PAOK now, you've got to go for a quick three, and then you got to hope you come up with a steal. But even that, I mean, that's almost like going back to watching Reggie Miller versus the New York Knicks back in 1995. And I tell you, one player who was probably the most effective tonight here against PAOK was Harold Fry. When they took him out in the fourth quarter, that's when PAOK really started to dominate this game. Well, they've got to go for a quick three. Finally puts up a prayer. This one's up. Gets it. 3 points on the aggregate. Bilbao's just got to get it in bounds. Well, they get it in bounds. Foul has been committed. So all Dragic has to do is make these free throws. Oh, what a huge three by Frank Botley. It was Shavar Reynolds who committed the foul. That's a tough three. Well, the former NBA player. There you have it. That might just do it. And if he makes this one, well, mathematically, there'd be no way possible with 4.5 left. History looks like it's about to be made from Bilbao. Makes them both. A quick sub coming into the game here for... Well, a huge congratulations to Bilbao. History tonight is going to be made. For the first time in 9 FIBA Europe Cup finals, we have a champion from the Spanish Liga Endesa, the ACB. The final three from Botley. Bilbao are the 2025 FIBA Europe Cup champions. History making. Well, an absolutely incredible final, a second leg. And those Bilbao fans, a lot to cheer about. Incredible scenes. PAOK got the lead. They led by 10 here in the fourth quarter, which led them by 3 in total on the aggregate. But an and-one from Harold Fry leveled things up yet again, and then it went back and forth. And you got to give credit as well to PAOK. What a magnificent season it's been. What a terrific atmosphere here tonight by the PAOK fans. But the Bilbao fans can celebrate. They've done their job. A huge congratulations to Bilbao Basketball Club. Well, these PAOK players, they've got nothing to be ashamed of. They gave it everything this evening. Jacob Forrester, probably very disappointed. What a magnificent season it's been for him. Going from the second division of German basketball with the Outland Dragons to now the top level of pro basketball here in Greece. Well, Katsiavelis was unable to relive his championship glory days in the early part of his career when he was teammates with with Vasilis Spanoulis. Because tonight, the championship, indeed, it does go to Spain. It goes to the north of Spain. Well, the quarterfinal excitement, indeed, against Fribourg. The unbelievable second leg away against Cholet. But they'll still have the Greek Basketball League playoffs to look forward to. Well, the key thing for PAOK, these players just need to finish their regular season off on a strong note. But one thing you cannot take away, this home crowd gave possibly the greatest performance of any European basketball fan base this season. And as they did throughout the entire season of the FIBA Europe Cup. But a big congratulations to Bilbao. Melvin Pansa, an unbelievable performance. 19 points in the first leg. He led his team at the end of the first half. And as I said, history made tonight. The first time we've ever had a Spanish champion of the FIBA Europe Cup. Many would have believed in the semifinals it was going to be an all-French final between Dijon and, of course, Cholet. But both PAOK and, in the case of Bilbao, defied the odds. A magnificent final. PAOK made a huge surge in the third quarter, and they took the lead on the aggregate in the fourth quarter. But Bilbao, the resilience, the tenacity, they will lift the 2025 FIBA Europe Cup Championship. Well, the respect being paid by the PAOK fans. Just giving appreciation to their opponents. It was a great final. It was a magnificent final. And there you can see the PAOK players. And that just goes to show what a club this is. The mighty PAOK di Kefalos Aetos Torvoda. It's more than just a team. It's a way of life here in Thessaloniki. What an incredible atmosphere as it's been all game long. And as I told you, arguably one of the greatest, if not the best atmospheres you're going to find all season here in European basketball. Well, it was Jackson Cruiser who made that three that leveled things on the aggregate, but you got to give it so much credit to Bilbao. Last season quarterfinals, coming back from a 19-point deficit in the first leg against Legia Varsava, winning the second leg, only to have their hearts broken in the semifinals by Niners Chemnitz. And this season, they had to do it again in the semis against Dijon. Over 40 points scored in the fourth quarter in the second leg by Bilbao. And the 7-point advantage in the first leg was enough to get the job done. This final could have gone either way. السلة, finally a European champion. Well, he won the championship, 2 championships when he played in Belgium for Velo Ostend. And you can feel the emotion of Jacob Forrester, still a young professional, 26 years of age, only his second year of playing pro basketball. Well, we are indeed going to greet the champions and the runners-up. But what a magnificent campaign. Remember, it's the 10th season of the FIBA Europe Cup. but only the 9th final because we lost one final in 2020 to the global pandemic. But it truly was an incredible final. Two great teams. They battled it out, but only one would prevail. And history would have been made because we were either going to have a Greek, but now for sure we know we have a Spanish champion for the first time in the FIBA Europe Cup. Well, those players, what a magnificent point in their career. And you know what's interesting here for a player like Xabi Rabaseda? Well, he's won the FIBA Basketball Champions League, the FIBA Intercontinental Cup. He's also won the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And he adds one more accolade to his trophy case. Many stories he'll be telling his children, his grandchildren, who knows, maybe even his great-grandchildren. There he is, Rabaseda, a new trophy to the Rabaseda family, the FIBA Europe Cup Championship. The Bilbao fans, they'll be partying tonight in Thessaloniki, and no doubt thousands celebrating back in the Basque Country in the north of Spain. Just truly incredible scenes. We're just getting ready to present here for the ceremony for the champions. It's been a collective effort, and the thing is, they'll be using this to finish off their season in the ACB back in Spain on a high note. Well, we are getting very ready shortly for the championship ceremony. But Bilbao, they've done it. They indeed defied the odds, not once, but twice. They did it last season, only to lose in the semis. They did it again this year in the semifinals. Now they indeed find themselves champions for the first time. You have to remember, they've never won any trophy when playing in the ACB. They won a couple of trophies, a couple of accolades when they played in Le Boro, the lower divisions of Spanish basketball. What's interesting about Bilbao, currently sitting in 14th place in the Spanish ACB with only 10 victories this season. Well, a huge success for Bilbao. As the on-court technician's just trying to remove any further of the tape or the paper that's come onto the floor, of course. We just want to make sure everything's clear for the players to come back onto. Well, the players just having to leave just to make sure that the excess amount of debris on the floor is just being cleared. But, you know, they've done a tough job here because, as we saw, 7 points wasn't the biggest margin to come back from. And PAOK proved that, especially in the fourth quarter, taking a 3-point lead against Bilbao. A 10-point lead in total on the night, but they had the 3-point cushion on the aggregate. Well, again, fans, if you're still live watching on FIBA's official YouTube platform, we do thank you for joining us. Make sure you indeed hit that like button, subscribe to FIBA on YouTube, but also stay with us as we will get ready for the championship ceremony. Well, it was a sellout capacity crowd tonight at the Palataki, the PAOK Arena. Is this arena known for its exhilarating atmospheres, especially when indeed it is the Thessaloniki derby? But it will be the Bilbao fans. They'll be celebrating. Sitting up in the top corner here at the PAOK Arena. Very much, they've been magnificent. But even though it's been probably hard to hear their cheers, but due to the excessive amounts of PAOK fans. And again, we thank you, your patience, to all the fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. We're just still trying to get ready for the championship ceremony to award the winners, Sana Bilbao. It's still a relatively young basketball team, only 25 years old. We take that into consideration against many of the other professional teams in the Spanish ACB. Bilbao was only created in the year 2000. Of course, they have had some legendary names play for them. One of them who ended up going to be one of their coaches, and that is the great Alex Mumber, who won the FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2006 alongside the likes of Pau Gasol. And who did they defeat in the final? Well, they defeated Papaloukas Spanoulis, the mighty Greeks. And the thing, of course, Phil Bilbao, since their inception, the year 2000, 2001, they made it all the way to the ACB only 5 seasons later. And of course, after being in the ACB for a very, very long time, to say the least, they were relegated in 2018, only to be promoted back from Lev Oro in 2019. And it's been a rocky time for them. The best finish they ever had in the ACB was back in 2011, finishing in 2nd place. And as mentioned, they've never won a Copa del Rey. They've never won a domestic trophy or any accolade within the ACB. But tonight, they win an international accolade. And they win the FIBA Europe Cup in 2025. Well, again, we thank the patience of all the fans watching live on FIBA's official YouTube platform. We're just still trying to prepare for the championship ceremony. What an unbelievable performance tonight, and you got to feel for those PAOK fans. If anything, they deserve a trophy for their unbelievable atmosphere. Well, the PAOK players just picking up, indeed, their runners-up medals. And these players have nothing to be ashamed of. Go back to that semifinal against Cholet, losing here at home by 1. And a Frank Botley three-pointer at the end of regulation, taking it into OT, and then winning in overtime by 2 points. A team that failed to qualify for the Basketball Champions League via the qualifiers. But if it's one thing you can tell, just look how much it meant to the PAOK fans to be in the FIBA Europe Cup. Well, the FIBA Executive Director of Europe, Kamil Novak, awarding the 2nd place medals to the runners-up, excuse me. Well, there you have it. For PAOK, we want to think about keeping this group of players together as best as possible. And even you can see the applause from their fans. They knew these guys gave it everything. They competed right to the very end. But it's only fair to say Bilbao were the better team. They led by 3 on aggregate in the 4th quarter, but one Harold Fry three-point play leveled things up on the aggregate. Well, there it is, the 9th trophy. The 9th ever FIBA Europe Cup trophy. And indeed, it's headed to the north of Spain, to the Basque Country. As now the champions will get ready to come onto the floor, and they'll take the podium. And there is the president of FIBA Europe 1, Jorge Garbajosa, the FIBA Europe president. And as we mentioned, legendary player Alex Mumbrú, former player of Bilbao and former coach who won the FIBA Basket World Cup in 2006. His teammate indeed was Jorge Garbajosa, once the president of the Spanish Federation, but now the president of FIBA Europe. As now the Bilbao players will collect their medals, and together, collectively, they'll raise the 9th trophy of the FIBA Europe Cup. Abderrahman, back in 2018, lost in an NCAA final against Keith Booth. They met in the semifinals this season of the FIBA Europe Cup, and Abderrahman was able to avenge that defeat. He wasn't able to take home an NCAA championship or a ring, but finally he can call himself a continental champion of Europe. More professionalism tonight from Mervyn Jones. This arena used to be his home when he played for PAOK. Actually, for Zoran Dragic, it's his first European Continental Championship. Well, they've had their struggles of only 10 victories this season in the Spanish Liga Endesa, the ACB. But now they can finally celebrate something. And the big man from Iceland. Well, if you want to know something about Hlinason, when he was a kid, sometimes he wasn't able to take a family car to drive to buy groceries. He lived in such a remote area in the north of Iceland. Sometimes he'd have to take the snowmobile. The man who grew up on a sheep farm in Iceland, indeed, only started playing basketball in his teenage years at 7'1". And finally, he can call himself a European champion. Well, the players have collected their individual medals, and now indeed it's time to present the championship trophy, the 9th trophy of the FIBA Europe Cup. Legendary coach Jaume Bassano. What a job he's done with this magnificent team, getting them to rise and raise the trophy. And there is your most valuable player award going to the Swedish Viking. The 2025 FIBA Europe Cup Finals MVP going to Melvin Pantsar. And I think that's only right. Such a monumental difference he made in both legs. The Bilbao staff, the support staff, the trainers, the physios getting ready. The final thing now to do is to lift up the trophy. They'll post one final picture as Jorge Garbajosa, the FIBA Europe president, gets ready to award the trophy. Basketball fans, indeed, it will be that man, Xavi Rabaseta, a Basketball Champions League winner, a FIBA Intercontinental winner, a FIBA Basket World Cup winner, and finally tonight, he, along with his team, makes history. Cerda Bilbao become the first Spanish champion of the FIBA Europe Cup. A huge congratulations to Bilbao. The championship will go to the Basque Country in Spain. They made history this season for the second time, coming back from a 19-point deficit in the first leg of the semifinals, and now they can call themselves European champions. The 2025 FIBA Europe Cup champions. Big congratulations to Cerda Bilbao. Team will be celebrating. No doubt everybody watching back in Bilbao will be having a glass of sangria, a delicious plate of pinchos. Incredible scenes. there it is, the 9th trophy. A beautiful trophy it is indeed. For this team, the perseverance, the growth. That semifinals last year, the heartache for Bilbao, losing the opening game by 25 to Niners Chemnitz, who would then go on to be FIBA Europe Cup champions. But they climbed the mountain. They did it together. And the 7-point lead in the first leg was enough to get the job done. Well, there you have it. The 2025 FIBA Europe Cup champions, Serna Bilbao Basket. The first ever Spanish champion in 10 seasons, 9 finals of the FIBA Europe Cup. A huge congratulations to Bilbao. Rabaseta lifts the trophy with his teammates. No doubt, a fiesta this evening. A party tonight for the Bilbao players and the thousands of fans back in the Basque Country. All players just getting some final selfies with the trophy with their teammates. An unbelievable atmosphere here tonight. There's Tomas Hielo, because he came off the bench and made some big shots of Bilbao. And Bilbao, definitely the first half, they dictated the tempo. They controlled every point of the game. It was only in the third quarter where PAOK made the comeback. In the fourth quarter, having a 3-point lead. But they weren't going to lose tonight. They made sure they did everything. Well, fans watching, again, we thank you for joining us for a magnificent 10th season of the FIBA Europe Cup. A big congratulations to Serna Bilbao. It's all over. We'll see you next season for season number 11 of the FIBA Europe Cup. For now, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless.
Let's go! 1, 2, 4, go!
Ναι. Παιδιά, εδώ είμαι, δεν με βλέπετε. Παιδιά, είμαι έξω και περιμένει ο coach. Εσύ. Ναι, ωραία, να τον πω τον άνθρωπο να φύγει, δηλαδή τον έχω και περιμένει 10 λεπταράκι. Μα είναι η κάμερα εδώ, μα είναι ο Τέλης απέναντί μου. Ναι. Ήμουνα μέσα στο γήπεδο και με βγάλατε έξω για να βρω κάμερα. Θα ξαναπώ μέσα οπότε. Ποια είναι η κάμερα? Ποιος?
Εδώ θα πάμε. Περίμενε αγάπη μου, εδώ θα τους πάμε. Ένα λεπτό.
Ο Σταύρος του Ταΐς μου λέει ένα λεπτό.
I'm the TV director. Give me 1 minute please to be 1 minute. Ένα λεπτό. Okay, thank you very much. Περιμένουμε γιατί θα να βγει ένας χάρτης. Θα μιλάω μια ώρα, θα μ' ακούς.
Όχι, δεν ακούω. Αφού δεν έχω ακουστικά από το λάθος. Νεάκι. Έτσι μου είπε, δεν ξέρω. Coach, congratulations. It's a big win for Bilbao. It's your first time in Thessaloniki, but you did it.
Yeah, I like Thessaloniki. First of all, I want to congratulations now on making the Europe Cup competition, also Ukraine and Joel, and we think that every team is going to win this competition. But probably we demonstrate and show that we have a very resilient team, because in every eliminatory we have really show